Well, I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to get your map mod order installed in the game. So here we are at our introductory screen in American Truck Simulator, and notice I do not have my game maximized because I needed to have it in a smaller window than you'll see the reason why in just a moment. So let me get into that now and go into the active mods, and you'll see that I have a profile called Map Test Profile. This is what I use for all of the map tests. My active mods are only two, the full screen map and the North American background map. And we'll need this because we want to be able to see the Mexico and the Canada area. Otherwise, we would not be able to see that with the standard map. So what I want to do now, because I have all of the mods already downloaded, is go to Alt-Tab to my browser, and I am at the GMC community page. So let me move into the map combos and choose 1.58. And here you can see free and paid maps. And right now I'm going to choose free maps only because I want to make it easy for those of us that don't have any of the paid map mods. All right, so what I would strongly recommend is that you read all of the instructions here. Definitely watch this video, which describes how to use this filter properly, and then go into the launch options and then read through this and make yourself familiar with that, because you should actually set your game to launch with these options, whichever applies to you. For now, I'm just going to go back to the setup page, and let's choose some maps that we want to use. Well, I want to do Discover America because that covers a large part of the country. I'm going to uncheck Beyond because I don't want it right now. I'm going to leave Reforma, which is Mexico, checked. Under USA, I do want the Alaska expansion, but you'll see in the red there that it requires Western Canada. So let me go off to the Canada tab and choose Western Canada. Then I can go back to the USA and choose the Alaska expansion. I don't want most of these things. I do want coast to coast because just about everything requires that. And then I'll uncheck all of these for right now because I don't want to create one of the big map combos, just one for illustration purposes. Then going back to Canada, you'll see that Canamania, Quebec won't work. Eastern Canada won't work, but Road to Nunavut doesn't show an error, so I can check that. Going to the other tab, right now I don't want Radiator Springs or Grand Utopia. So, going over it again, do I have those checked? Yes, the ones I want. The ones here, yes, Alaska expansion, just coast to coast. And here, I don't want these two other ones because I have full screen maps already and I don't need the loading screen. So Reforma and Discover America. Now, I'm going to go down and click the Apply button. And notice this number here, which was the stock number. If I click Apply with what I've chosen, it's now reduced to only 16 map mods. And if I go down to that list, I can see here, as I glance through, as I go down to the bottom of the thing, that, yeah, those are all the things that I've chosen. Problem now is to how to get it in the map in an easy way. So I'm going to click the unmaximize button here in the middle of my browser so that it puts it into a windowed form so I can easily move it about. So what I'll do is move this one off to this. I don't need my tab list over there, so I'm going to move it all the way to the left so that I can see all of my map mods. They're kind of big, and so I would like to see them in a smaller view so I can get more of them in the view. I'm going to hold down my control key and hit the minus key a bunch of times and see how far I can get so I can't see them. Here I can still read everything. So now I want to go back to my game, which has not been maximized. And you'll see now why, because I can have the game and the browser up at exactly the same time. Now I can just read the mod order list from the browser and then apply them to the game in a relatively easy way. We will do this, however, starting from the bottom of the stack. So if you look at the very bottom here, the bottom is Mega Resources. So in the search bar for my mod manager, I'm going to type in Mega and then scroll on down. There's Mega Resources. Double click it and it appears above these two guys here. So the next one up is Reforma. And I'm looking for the short version of that, which is this one. Double click that. Then Coast to Coast. I've got 3 of them here, and this is a special case. This is for version 1.57, and this is for version 1.58, so double-click that one. Then Discover North America. Double-click that one. And Western Canada. Got a bunch to choose from here. Well, if we read what we need over there, we need the expansion. So we scroll down until we find it, and there it is right there. Double-click that, and then the next one up is DNA and C2C connections. There it is, DNA and C2C. Double-click that, and then the road to Nunavut. And then let's do a search for road. There we are. Double-click that one. Now Alt-Tab to the browser so I can get out of this window of the game and have access to my browser again. So I'm going to scroll down, and so ProMods now, and most of the rest of the stuff is there. Now Alt-Tab back into the game and start with the ProMods. Search for that. And then scrolling on down, there they all are. And you'll notice I've got models, map, definitions, and assets. So I double-click them in that order. So there's models, map, definitions, and assets. And then above that is the Western Canada ProMods connector, which happens to be right here. So double-click that one. Now search for the Alaska mod. And there we are. Double-click that one. Alt-Tab back out to the mod list. And we only have 2 more. The other maps patch, and then the ultimate combo fix. So now Alt-Tab back into the game window. Reforma again. This time look for the patch. There it is. Double-click that one, and then type in ultimate. There's the ultimate combo fix, and type in that. Now, as we look at our mod list here, and then the mod list we have over there, it should be identical. And it's probably a good idea to check to be sure you have everything. And what I do notice here is that I have my 2 map mods that need to be at the top. They're sitting at the bottom. And I want the full screen map at the very top, and this one right underneath it. So I'm going to click that one once, and then move it all the way to the top, just like that. Real easy. Then go back down and take my full screen maps and move that all the way to the top. Now, here I have my perfect mod order list, full screen maps, then the background map, and then all of the maps beneath it in the proper order as we have seen from the GMC filter. Now I'll click Confirm Changes. Takes us back to the opening screen, and then click Continue Career. And then it'll take a minute or 2 to load all of these options. If you end up with a screen like this, missing mod detected, then simply go ahead and just click through it. I'm going to click Load anyway because we don't have to worry about it. And it's only showing that I took away a full screen map for ATS 16:9. And I recognize that, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue. So now the game starts mapping, and we'll wait for a moment. We'll be back shortly. Well, here we are back again, and we're now in the opening screen for our profile itself. And I am going to go ahead and click the M key to bring up the map. And here we are with our fully loaded map mod list. As we go up the list on the East Coast, what you see in here in gray, that was blank before. This is all Discover North America and what it has filled in. Here we go up to this area, and this is also um, uh, uh, content from Discover North America. And as we then go off to the other side of the continent, we can see that we've got roads all the way up into this area. And let's see if we've got Alaska in place here. Sure enough, there's Alaska, and that's the free version of Alaska. So going down the west coast of the country, we can see this area here, which is going to be the ProMods Canada area. And then going on further on down, we're ending up right here in the area of Mexico. So that's about it for this one.